We're in the sugya of a kaira. We have a mavui, guys. We have a mavui, and it has a kaira on top. Question is, can you carry? The purpose of the korah is to allow it to carry in the mavui. We said that mishum heka. We're going to see two pshatim tonight. To allow you not to mix up the mavui with rishus harabim, we go ahead and put either a lechi or a kaira. Can you carry underneath the kaira itself, or only up until? And that's the machlokas. We're going to see. We're on chesam days. I'd say it gets wide about 8-9 lines up. What's the halacha? Can you go ahead and use underneath the kaira, underneath the beam? Can you go ahead and carry there? Now, so we have a machlokes. We have a machlokes. Yeah, between Rav Chia, Rabbi Yochanan Amru mutar l'shtamesh tachas kaira. You're permitted to. You could use it. You can carry underneath the beam. And Shmuel, Reb Shmuel, by Rabbi Shimon ben Lakish, Amar also l'shtamesh tachas kaira. So you've got Gedolei Amarayim arguing whether you're permitted to carry underneath the beam or not. Now we're going to have a svara in the machlokus between the two. We have a svara in the machlokus between the two. What's the reason? The masa of a kaira mishum heka. The reason for a kaira is to create recognition. In other words, people will recognize that this is a mavoi. So all you need is to recognize. Therefore, underneath the kaira, you would be permitted to carry. Umasavar and the others of the opinion for mishum mechitza. The purpose of a kaira is mechitza, and mechitza. The assumption is it's going to be from the innermost part of the beam. So if my beam is 5 tefachim thick, it's not going to be on the 5. It's going to be the closest edge within the mavoi. So therefore, you can only carry up until, but not including. So therefore, that would be the svaras hamachlokas between the two. The mandi hold that what underneath the beam they hold the svara of the beam is mishum heka, the recognition. Therefore, as long as it's recognizable, even under the beam, you're good. The mandi who says because up until it works as mechitza, and the mechitza only goes at that start.
Is that applicable to Rosh Hashanah?
Well, you wouldn't need a.
No, the end of the Rosh Hashanah, the doorway of Rosh Hashanah, is that part of the Rosh?
Yeah, well, we have with what the shiloh in between the doors there. Right. I think we're going to discuss that. I think we did discuss that in Shabbos. I think we're going to discuss it here as well.
So why can't you hold the on?
Okay. The havamina is that it's up until that. That would be machlokas. You could say, and then we're going to give it teretz. It's both as machitza, and the machlokas is whether it's the outer edge or the inner edge. So it's the svara there. Dr. Dov is very much so. Okay, so now says the Gemara. I could say loy. The kuliyal makari mishum heka. Everyone holds kaira is mishum heka. The hacha b'haka mifli. The masavar hekera milagav. That heka is for the people inside. So therefore, it's up until umasavar hekera milabar for the outside, and therefore it's up until the outside. So therefore, if it's for the people, inside, you only up until, but not including. If it's for the people on the outside, then it will be including what they see on the outside, which is the inner part of everybody else, right? If you're outside, if over here is outside, and it's over here, so the people under here will be able to use that. So that's another possibility. In other words, you're not locked into saying this first machlokes is between whether it's als mechitza or als heker. You could say it's als heker and still have a way of explaining it, right? Saying it depends what the purpose of the heker is. So the people inside, outside. People inside up until but not including. People outside up until and including. A third shot is that you could say it's als mechitza. So across the board, as Dov just said, everybody's saying everyone would hold this mechitza. What creates the mechitza, fellas? The innermost edge. So that would be up until but not including, right? Up until but not including. No, it's the outer edge that's yored v'sosam, and as a result, you will be even carrying underneath. So therefore, we have a way of explaining the machlokes, but not necessarily to say it's al seker or it's al mechitza. Okay, now we're going to switch gears and go from the beam till the crossbar. There's two ways to go ahead and create bimetakin a mavoi mafulish. Again, mavi sasam, a mavi that has 3 walls. There's 2 ways to metakin it, either through a cross beam, what we call a kaira, or a lechi. Now the question is, opposite the lechi, can you go ahead and carry or not? Opposite the lechi, can you go ahead and carry or not? So Amar Rav Chisda, 4 lines to the bottom of Rav Chisda, Hakol Moedim, everyone is Moeda, the Bein Lechayim She'asa. Meaning, even though we have Machloikis Amarayim by Kaira, whether underneath or not is yes or no, by Lechi, everyone holds cross that what? It's no. That you can only go up until the Lechi, but not including the Lechi. That's the statement of Rav Chisda. Everyone's Moedim. Boy, Minei Rami Bar Chama Rav Chisda. Noyetz shtei yeseidos b'shnei kreisli mavoy mibechutz. You go ahead and you have a wall. You take a picture. Let's go. I'll give you a number. Picture 94, guys. Picture 94. Yeah, I'm going to put it on Zoom. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it?
We got it.
Yeah, it's a.
Okay. So now you see picture 94.
Yeah, I have it on my.
Yeah. Picture 94, guys. Look, it's outside. It's outside. You got 2 pegs and it's going down, right? Now, so we're gonna. What's the halacha? Is it okay or not? That's a koira. That's a koira. But we want to know what's the halacha over there. We want to know what's the halacha over there. Okay, I just have to let 2 people in. 2 people that are in already. I have to let them in to use the. Okay, so guys, look. Here's you have the case over here to the right, picture 94. Now, we want to say picture 95 that it goes down like this, and now if the question is whether it's kosher or not. And this is an outside beam, and then we're going to go from this beam. We're going to say the halacha vis-a-vis the lechi v'kaira. So now you have Metzias. Let's see inside.
What's the difference between 94 and 95?
I wish I just these questions on this picture. What?
What's the difference between 94 and 95?
Again, just these are beams. Just listen. Give me a chance, okay? You're looking at pictures right now. Okay, we're looking at pictures right now, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to see what's going on over here. Let's see. So, I'm being tested with a lot of stuff.
Is this harder than your shoe? More than 30 people.
No, when people come late, I got to let the people on. So I got to let the people on, and I got to share. And
Is that Steve Kelly?
I think you need. I think you need.
Jack,
I
you're letting
think
Jack. It's very large now. It's worldwide.
Jack, you need to check.
So, good old doorman.
I'm sorry, Everson.
okay, no, I'd rather you come on and you complain.
No, it's on before because the Zoom. I'm in the car. I couldn't figure it out.
Okay, now, guys, you can see this. Okay, so 94, 95, and now, so let's go through it, guys. Let's see. Let's go. You have 2. One more time. That's picture 94. So you have 2. You have 2 things in the wall. You got a kaira on top. Mahu, what's the din? Is that matter or not? So Amalei, the divrei amata, to the one who said that it's mutta, go ahead and go all the way underneath the kaira. Here, asa. It will be asa because the kaira is outside the mavoi. So the one who says that underneath the kaira is permitted, over here, where's the kaira? It's outside. So therefore it's asa. The divrei aiser, however, the one who says you go up until including, here it will be mutta because that edge is up. It's up against and going down. Rav Amal divrei aiser namias. No, even the one who says that up until it, but not including, also it will not be good over here because pe'inin kaira al gabi mavoy, you need a kaira on top of the mavoy leka. So even though in picture 95 it's going ahead and all intents and purposes going down and making a mechitza, the mechitza has to be on top of the mavoy, not outside the mavoy. It can't be like, a folding door outside that goes down. It's got to be on top. and therefore it's no good. Okay, so that's what this is in. So Rava says, fellas, it has to be on the inside. Says Rava, if it's on the outside, it's no good. If it was what? If it was Shucha or Taluya, so now that's picture 96. You see, Taluya, it's standing on a beam. It's not connected to the two sides, right? It's not connected to the two sides. Picture 97, it's Meshucha with from one side. So if Meshucha Taluya, Pachas Migimel Ein Tzarech Levi Kaira Acheres. Less than Gimel, where we're going to say the concept of Lavud, anything that's less than 3 tefachim within in the distance is connected to it. So we'll view it as on top of the wall. You don't have to bring another Kaira. From the correct. Gimel Tzarech Levi Kaira Acheres. If it's more than Gimel or Gimel, you have to bring. Rav Shimon Gamliel holds that love is up to 4 tefachim. Pachas Midalet Ein Tzarech Levi. Between less than 4, you don't have to bring a Kaira Acheres. Dalet Tzarech Levi Kaira Acheres. My love Meshucha mebechutz v'tlui mebefnim. Isn't it, guys? It's Meshucha mebechutz v'tlui mebefnim. Picture 96, right? It's Meshucha from now. Picture 96. The assumption is it's outside, guys. It's a little bit outside, and it's hanging over it. So in other words, if it's a little bit outside, that's a kasha. Because if it's a little bit outside, then it's not totally over the mavoi. And you, Rava, said for the kaira to work, it's got to be over the mavoi. Moshech, we're saying it's drawn away. It must be drawn away what? Towards the outside. Kasha on Rava, who says it's got to be on top. Kasha on Rava, who says it's got to be on top. And for the Gemara, no. Loi. Both Meshucha and Tluya are speaking on the inside. Right. What does that mean? Meshucha means the Ruach Achas, guys. Picture 97. Picture 97, right? Meruach Achas. Utluya Mishnei Ruchos. And Tluya, it means Tluya Mishnei Ruchos. That's picture 96. Picture 96, guys, it's what it's Tluya from 2 Ruchos. Yes? Guys, you good? Everyone's good. But where is it? It's on the inside. So therefore what? It's not difficult on Rava. Because Rava said it's got to be on top. And it is on top. Now, so it says the Gemara. Now, one lavud we say, 2 lavudim we don't say. Kamash Malon, where that picture 96, where it's 2 lavudim on both sides. Got it?
Yeah, but as long as it's 3, doesn't make it 3, 3. So
only 1 3, not 2 3s. Where do you make a taste? You say 2 3s. Maybe only 1 3. Where do you know? Again, this is you need the Gemara to tell it. It's Allah Hamash Misin, I love it. So what's the extent hash of Allah Hamash Misin? So therefore
let's move.
Ravashi says no. Ravashi says, guys, there's 2 chedushim over here. Guys, Ravashi says picture 98. Guys, look at picture 98. There's a few. What happens here, you got 2 actions over here. It's suspended, it's off the walls and suspended. So you're going to have to say 2 halachas over here. You're going to have to say the halacha of lavud to extend the boards to the side. And then you can say halacha, which we're meeting for the first time, called chavut. Chavut is lavud from going down. Usually lavud means like you're just making something longer. Over here, we're suspended in the air, and we're going to view it as if it's on the thing already. So there's 2. In other words, you have to say 2 things over here. 1, love it this way, and 2, chav it this way. And that's the chiddush over here. But in Chinami, it's not shver according to Rava. Why? Because it's speaking b'befnim. That's says Rashi. Amar mishucha v'tluya. It's both. It's mashach off the walls and it's suspended. How would that be? Going shenot shtei yisedos akumos al shnei kaislei mavoy. You go ahead and you stick in 2 yisedos that are crooked on the 2 walls of the mavoy. She'em b'gaveyem gimel. You don't have in the distance, the height gimel. Ve'em b'kamimusan gimel. You don't have in the crookedness gimel. Some other tema, oy lavid arminan, oy chavid arminan, either or, lavid v'chavid lay arminan, but both you don't say. Kamash Malan, you say both. Okay, so Rava held serve. It's got to be b'fnim. If it's on the outside, it is asa. Outside, it's asa.
What is
Yes.
What is growing? Is the kara growing or the yesedis are growing?
The kaira. You're going to say the following. You're going to say the kaira, the two sides are going to grow to the sides, and then it's going to grow down as long as those yesedis. But you mean picture 98?
I mean, why don't we look at the yesedis as just growing to the edge of the kara, and then it's fully connected, opposed to the kara growing on both horizontal and vertical planes?
I think that you have to be connected to the wall, not the yesedis. We have to remove the yesedis. The kaira has to be on top of the wall. So you have to remove the yesedis. So that's why you're to get the kaira on the wall, you need two actions. You need one that it could reach the walls, and two, it can be lower to the walls. Good? Okay. When that screen is on, do you see me or not? You just see a screen.
We see you in small.
Oh, but you do see me. Okay, good. Okay, it's good because I don't see anything.
Not gonna help though.
There's no test coming up. Imagine if you can walk
1
right
second, Rabbi Corin's in my ear telling me something else. That's the guy, he 2 times me on the weekends.
You might have to mute some people, Rabbi.
What?
You might have to mute some people in front of you.
before covering Phil, they know I take it back.
Okay. Anyway. Okay, very, very geschmack, guys. Okay, the next thing is geschmack. Again, it's challenging as Eruvin is the following Shiloh. Tani Rabbi Zakkai came to Rabbi Yochanan. Rabbi Zakkai, he said the following Allah in front of Rabbi Yochanan. Bein lechayayim, between the alechi. Now, lechayim doesn't mean 2 lechis. It means a lechi, and just lechayayim means it's a lashon plural of muva'os, of different muva'im. The tachas hakaira, nidon ki karmelis. So he goes ahead and he paskins that underneath the beam is a karmelis. Okay, let's just go back to our halachas of rishuyos. Midoraisa, there are only 2 rishuyos: rishus hayochid and rishus harabim. Rishus harabim, what are the 2 things we saw? It's got to be 16 amas wide, and according to Rashi, it has to have at least 600,000 people through it. A rishus hayochid has walls around it, or an area that is the walls are 10 tefachim high, or something that's 10 tefachim by 4 tefachim. Anything that is not that doesn't fit either bill is what is not rishus hayochid, rishus harabim. There's an area called a karmelis. That would be for, let's say, it's not rishus hayochid because it's not 10 tefachim high, but it is 4 tefachim wide, or it's a large area that does not have 600,000 people in it, like a sea has the name of a karmelis. It's a huge place, right? So, in other words, we redefine rishus hayochid, not rishus that's owned by an individual, and rishus harabim, not rishus that's owned by everything. I think that would have been very helpful in the early part in your life to have heard that, correct? Not to have to wait till you're almost collecting Social Security. That's what I'm saying for some of us. So so this beam underneath it now. What's the Mavi Midoraisa, guys? A Mavi is Rishus HaYachid. It's got 3 walls around it, right? Underneath the beam, they're treating it as a karmelis. So really, you have Rishus HaYachid, karmelis, Rishus Harabim, right? You got Rishus HaYachid, the Mavi. Now, underneath the beam, karmelis, according to Rabbi Yochanan, Rabbi Zakkai, according to Rabbi Zakkai, and Rishus Harabim, Labrius. That's good? Okay. So with that in mind, so he said it's underneath the karmelis. Now, if it's like a karmelis, that means you can't go ahead and carry underneath the beam, and you can't carry on this, whatever the expanse of the lechi is, you can't carry there either. Okay, even though, guys, the Mavli is Rishus HaYachid, and you've been attacking it al Yadei Koira. You understand? You did what you're supposed to do. Yeah, guys, Eruvin 101, right? What's Eruvin? Here you have a Mavli. We're worried you may mix up a Mavli with Rishus Harabim. Said the Chacham and being attacking the Mavli al Yadei Koira, either a beam or lechi or a sideboard. And if they're having done that, and you're allowed to carry in the Mavli, you still can't carry between the beams, or you can't carry what by the lechi. Guys, good. That's what Rabbi Zakkai just told Rabbi Yochanan. Says Rabbi Yochanan, Amalei. Says Rabbi Yochanan, Poi Tani Lebrod. Go take it away. He's the base measure. You don't teach this. Mindy, I used to tell us to leave the base measure all the time, right? Right? Go, take this outside. Want to go smoke? Take it outside. Anyway, so Amar Abaya says Abaya, Mistabra Milsa de Reb Yehuda, Tachas HaKoira. Only the Koira. There he says it's Asa. There it's Muta. And he said, go out. In other words, when Rabbi Yochanan told Rabbi Zaka to go out, there was two dinim: the koira and the what and the beam and the lechi. So he said, go out. Did he mean they're both wrong, or only one is wrong? So says Rava says Abaya, only one is wrong. Only one is wrong. Tacha the koira is wrong, but the lechi is taka also to carry between the lechi. What does Rabbi say? No, he's totally wrong. Not only the koira can't you carry on, the lechi also you could carry on. Both of them, you can carry underneath both of them. So you are wrong on two accounts. So again, one more time. Said Rabbi Zakkai did. You can't carry on the koira, you can't carry on the lechi. Tell Rabbi Yochanan to get out of that. But it doesn't say exactly why. Says Abaye is only said because of the din of the koira to get out of here. But in the Chinami, he's right regarding the lechi. You can't carry between the lechi. Says Rabbi, no, he's both in wrong accounts. Side the lechi, side the koira, side the lechi, side the koira, you're wrong. Mutta. Okay, now says Rav Amino Aminullah. How do I know this? Chiyasa Rav Dimi Rav Yochanan Makom she'ein by dalid al dalid Mutta lebnei rishus harabim ulnei rishus lekativ alav. Okay, this is another area. I'm going to show it to you. I'm pulling it up. Picture 99, guys. Picture 99, not Agent 99. Picture 99. Right, for those who are old enough to remember. Now. So, guys, you're in Rishus HaYachid over here, right? You're yeah. You gave him tzedakah. You gave him tzedakah last 7.5 years ago. Now, says the Gemara. Yeah, guys, Rishus HaYachid. Guys, no, guys, Geshmak. Man, do you need this? Take this. Oh, you have the phone. Okay, great. You got it. Wonderful. You have the phone. This phone is working out, right? Okay, great. What?
It's lighter than carrying the signal.
Baruch Hashem. Okay, now so good. Okay, now guys, watch. This is Rishus HaYachid. This is Rishus HaRabim. There, Yankel. There's your area between the Rishus HaYachid, the wall, right? The guy can sit there, and he's not over. It's not considered hanacha. Why? Because this is the infamous Makom Patur. It's not 4 and it's not 10. This is Makom Patur. So. Guys, this analogy is the exact same analogy to the Mavoi. What is the Mavoi, fellas? What is it? It's Rishus HaYachid, correct? What's the area between the beams and the lechi? It's a Makom Patur. And what's outside Rishus HaRabim? So just like a guy who's walking can sit down and rest in the Makom Patur, you're able to walk and carry something, what? In between the koira and the beams. It has the same din as the Makom Patur. It's not a caramelist. So therefore, Rabbi said, go. When Rabbi Yochanan said to Rabbi Zakkai, take it outside, he meant everything, because it's not a caramelist. It's a Makom Patur. And just like you can stop and rest there, you can carry on either underneath the koira or underneath what? The side post. Beautiful. Hang on a sec. Yeah. That's what you want to say? Okay, guys, you good? But you hear the tushtel, right? You hear the tushtel? Okay, and for that's Rabbi's raya. Says the Gemara, u'bevat shelo yachlif. In other words, you can't switch. You can't play both sides of the fence. Rest and continue going. V'abaya hasam b'goyva gimel. No, you know why you could rest there? Because it's high. It's raised. Therefore, it's a Makom Patur. Masha'en came by the lechi and the koira where it's flat. That's a caramelist, and therefore it's asa. So Abaya says, I don't like your raya. Abaya says, I don't like your raya, Rabbi. Amar Abaya, mino amin Allah. How do I know that? Okay, let's see picture 100. Guys, look at picture 100. Look at where I'm pointing with this. If you see this lechi, make believe it's not there. If that lechi was not there, you'd be able to carry throughout the mavi anyway, because the thickness of this wall. You see the way the wall recedes in, it goes inside. That's a built-in lechi. That's those two semen. Rashi learns those semen, those side posts are a lechi. So this, so now says Abaya, if this area the area of the aleph, right, needs a lechi to matter it. It needs a lechi to matter it, right? So it needs a lechi to matter it, and therefore, obviously, why does it need a lechi to matter it? Because you can't carry in between it. So that's how I know that you can't carry between the lechi. You can't carry. We're up to Tesam and Aleph. Tesam and Aleph.
That's still part of the Mavoi, the area Aleph?
Area Aleph is still part of the Mavoi and has the halacha of Bein Halachayayim, between the lechis. In other words, that would be the lechi. Those walls, the thickness of those walls, indented walls would be a lechi. Now, you do need another lechi to matter it. So why do you need a lechi to matter it? Because you can't carry there. That's how I know you can't carry. So therefore, when Rabbi Yochanan told Zach to go take it out, because it's not true, he only meant what, the beam. But Einachinam the lechi, you're not able to carry. You're not able to carry. Now, v'chitema dispay dalid al dalid. What are you going to tell me? That it's a makam chashuv. It's dalid tefachim by dalid tefachim, and therefore, fellas, you need to go ahead and matter it. Al lechi. V'omar Rav Chonim bar Rava. Omar Rav. Toicha Pesach. Afa pishein by dalid al dalid. In the middle of the Pesach, even though it doesn't have dalid al dalid, sarf lechi achla tiroi. So therefore, it's okay. Therefore, even if it's gimel by gimel, you still need another lechi to go matter it. So therefore, that's a bias raya. The fact that you need a lechi, because that area in between is considered between the lechayim, and therefore, what that's his raya. Guys, everyone have the raya?
Yeah, the first one's not a Lech. What do you mean another Lech?
That's again. It is a lechi. No, you can carry them up. Because you're carrying the mavi. You can carry the mavi without that other lechi. You can carry the mavi. So how can you carry the mavi? Look at picture 100. Listen to my voice. Picture 100. If that lechi wasn't there, you would be able to carry in the mavi. Where's your lechi to carry in the mavi, Avrami?
You say that
wall, that area aleph is the mavi, the thickest. That seamim is the mavi. Is the lechi? Is the lechi? Correct. No, you can't carry between those walls. That's a bias raya. You need a lechi to carry between the walls, and that between the lechi, that's the walls. So it's a raya that you can't carry. Is it good? Okay. Now, the next piece of Gemara, Rabbi's teretz is such a piece of it's a bomb. It's mamish a bomb. Let's get the setup. Here's the setup right now. The lechi has a din of what? The mavi. Mavi has a din of what? Rishus hayachid. In between the lechi, what? Makom P'tur, according to Rava, according to Abaya, Carmelis. What did Rabbi Zakkai say? Said Rabbi Zakkai, named Rabbi Yochanan, that underneath the beam and between the lechi is a Carmelis, right? That's what he told him. Good. What's outside over here? At least Rishus Harabim. So you're going from Rishus hayachid to Rishus Harabim, to a Carmelis, to a Rishus Harabim. Now, what happens if it was going to a Carmelis? You think, would it make a difference whether you're going from, what? Don't answer so quick, I'm setting you up. Right? No. You're going from a Carmelist to a Carmelist. You're going from between the lechi is a Carmelist according to Abaya, right? And that's why you need another lechi. But now, says Rabbi Teretz, you know why you need a lechi? Listen to this. Listen to what he says. He gives a teretz that's unbelievable. For Rava, Hasam the Pesuach LeCarmelis. There, it's going into a Carmelis. It's not going into a Rishus Harabim. It's entering into a Carmelis. But if it went to a Rishus Harabim, then you would need a lechi. Now, it should be the opposite.
Right.
It should be the opposite, right? It should be the opposite. So, Fred the Gemara, I'm going to get to the teretz in a second. I'll explain in a second. Fred the Gemara, Avol Rishus Harabim Mai Shari, then you would be permitted to carry between the lechis without another lechi. Yitziva Ba'ara, the citizen is living in this world. The Giyura B'Shmei Shmaya, and the ger, the one who's the sojourner, is living in Shemayim. In other words, it makes no sense. It should be the opposite. Says Gemara says Rabba, it does make sense. Matzah minas mina venir. The min finds its friend, and it's menayir it, and it goes ahead and stirs it up. Okay, look at me. Okay, now I can see everybody. Mavoi, Rishus hayachid. Over here, Carmelis. This is the according to Abaya, this is a Carmelis, right? Over here is a Carmelis, right? Says Rava, in that instance, here's why you need a lechi. Because the outside Carmelis that's going into goes ahead and kind of attaches itself to the underneath the beam or underneath between the lechayim. It extends the Carmelis. So you're taking what should be mutter, right? And it's becoming near, it gets cocked up, it becomes asa, because matzah minas mino, it's finding its bria, it's finding its exact type. It's going into a mavoi, going into a Carmelis. Conversely, if it goes into a Rishus Harabim, it's a totally different area. So therefore, if I have three distinct Rishuyas, I don't need the lechi, I don't need anything. I have Rishus HaYachid in the mavoi, I have between the lechayim, which I hold as a, let's say, I hold as a Makom Patur, right? I hold them as a Makom Patur. You hold it as a Carmelis. Haniach, it's a Carmelis. Then what happens is whatever is over here on the outside is going to view it as extending into the underneath the beam, and now therefore you need a lechi for that, because now you don't have a clear distinction between the outside and the inside. So it was a mavi that a mavi that emptied into a yam, right? According to this, you would, since the yam is in the Carmelis, you would need a lechi over there. Conversely, if it's a Rishus Harabim, if it goes to Rishus Harabim, then it's three distinct Rishuyas. Then you don't need a lechi. Then that's Rav Svara. But the lashon of chayze v'nir usually is a din in taruvis, fellas. That you have 60 is mevatel, and then you add some more issa, so it goes ahead and start. It's chayze v'nir. It goes back and shows up the other issa. So that's the svar over here. Even though it would appear not nonsensical, says Rav, no. In fact, it goes ahead and stirs it up all over again. Says the Gemara Vaita. This again, another question. Now Rava said between the lechis it's mutter. You don't hold between the lechayim as asa. I vama Rabbi Baruch Chana, Rabbi Yochanan, Mavi sherit belachim. Okay, let's get this up. Let me put it up. Let me post it up here. Picture 102. Picture 102. You don't have one lechi. You have a lechi going from, you see there's two dotted lines. You got lechis all along here. You got lechis all along over here. Now, you even have a side picture on the side in your Gemara, kazeh. Right, the Gemara gives you the picture. So you have lechaim that are ritzufit, that are one after the other. Pachas midalid. Each one is less than 4 tefachim apart. Banul machloikas of Shim Galil v'Rabbanan. It comes to the machloikas of Shim Galil v'Rabbanan. Guys, Rabbanan held lavud is how much? 3. Rav Shim Gamliel said is 4. So when it's between 3 and 4, later chachamim it's no lavud because it's more than 3. Later Rav Shim Gamliel it is lavud because it's less than 4. Less than 4. So now Rav Shim Gamliel the Amar Aminan lavud. Like Rabbi Shimon Gamliel, that we say lavod mishtamish ad choydei apnimi. You'd only be mishtamish, guys, until the innermost one, shalechi apnimi of the innermost one. It's all one lechi, guys. In this case, 102. According to Rabbi Shimon Gamliel, the picture 102, it's one big lechi. So you'd only be able to carry up to Dalit. Good. You'd only be able to carry up to Dalit. You see the picture 102?
That's the most inside.
Inside one is Dalit, right. The inside one is Dalit. I can blow it up. Yeah. It's Dalit. Yeah. Inside one is Dalit. So Lo Yishim Galil, you'll only be able to carry up to here. The inner one. Good. But Rabbanan Nami Lo Yamin Lavud, Mishtamish Ad Chuda HaPnimi Shel Chitzain. You'll be able to go to, what is that letter? Whatever that little line. It's the first line, guys. The first line, you'll be able to go over there. Why? Because that is the only lechi. Since you don't say lavud, that is the only lechi that's mattering it. So, okay? Now, according to Shimon Gamliel, are you able to carry between the lechayim, guys? No. He's only allowing you to go up to the dalit, correct?
Love is not optional. You can use it when you need it, but don't need it.
You don't have it according to the Chachamim. You have it according to Shimon Gamliel. You don't have it according to the Chachamim.
As a general rule.
It's automatic. It's automatic. It's automatic. It's automatic. So watch. Like Rav Shimon Gamliel, you're going to say lovud, correct? So where does your lovey? Where's your that's a combination of lechi and lovud is a lovey. Now, so where does it begin? Guys, where does it begin? Look at the picture. It begins by the dalet and extends to the whatever that letter is. I don't what? The gimel. Okay, and extends to the gimel, right? Of course, you say lovud. So all those side post bays are connected as one, yeah? But where can you carry to? Only up till dalet. Why? Because gimel and dalet is asa. So you see that what? It's asa. Good. Loite chachamim. Where's your lechi, guys? Gimel, right? But can you carry past gimel? So they both hold you can't carry between the lechis, right? So how can you rather say that what? That you could carry both either like Rosh Gamliel or the Chachamim, you're not allowed to carry between the lechis. There's a machlokes where the lechi is, but they both hold you cannot carry between the lechis. Like the Chachamim, you can't carry beyond the gimel. It starts the innermost, right? You can't carry to the hay. It's a very geschmack, says the Gemara. You can go up to the innermost edge of the outermost board. But everyone says between l'chaim, each one will be asa. So Rava, Hasanami the Besuch l'karmelis, the same lumdis. Says Rabbi, just Rabbi Mai Shari Yitziva ba'Arab Gir b'Shmei Shmaya. He says no, in Achinami matzah minas minoi ve'nir amid base. Okay, Rav Ashi gives a different teretz. He says that the Olam Rashi says bein l'chayayim Rabbi Yochanan muta. It's taka muta, like Rava, not asa. And you don't have to say it's speaking that it's open to a karmelis. But it's different over here. It's a different machlokes. Rav Ashi am going to ritzafay b'lechayim pachas me arba b'meshech arba amas. Guys, these are ratzuf. They're connected, closer than 4, more than 3, closer than 4, and they take up an expanse of 4 amas. What do you know about 4 amas, guys? 4 amas is a mavi on its own. That's the minimal share of a mavi is 4 amas. So now it's very geschmack. Rav Ashi Yama Kigoin Shevet Safai B'Lechayayim Pachas Mi'arba Meshech Arba Amas. Rav Shimon Gamliel D'Amar Ambinim Lavod Havlei Mavoi. It's a mavoi. V'tzarich Lechi Achal HaTiroi. Fellas, look at 102. Look, what, you have it? Which one? Okay. 104. Okay, picture 104. The Aleph, that's Dalet Amis. You see on the left side, he wrote Dalet Amis. So now, like Rav Shimon Gamliel, guys, that's one lechi, correct? That's one lechi, meaning that's one mavui. It's considered a wall. It's 4 amas long. It's a wall. So you know what you need? You need a lechi on the outside. But like the chachamim, it's not a wall because you don't say lavud. So mameli, you don't need a lechi. That would be the machlokes between the two. So in other words, it's nothing to do with in between, not in between. Hence, in between would be muta. The reason why he requires a lechi on the outside of Shimon Gamliel is because you've created a mavei onto itself. Those boards, you see the 4 boards, the aleph going along, since they're within more than 3, but less than 4, they're all connected. And it's a distance of Dalet Amis. Dalet Amis is the share of a mavui. So you don't have a lechi there, you have a mavi there. You have a mavi and a mavi. So therefore you need another one. But like the chachamim, it's not a mavi, and you would not need a lechi. Now, the main sugya we're gonna see is tomorrow, but as an introduction and to understand the teretz, look at picture 105. you're standing inside the mavoi, guys. You're in the back wall of the mavoi. Okay, you see my point out here? You can't see it, but you're in the back. You're in the top. Good. You're looking out. You're looking out. What do you see? You see nothing. You see a wall. You see a wall. These four things are considered one wall. The 1, 2, 3, 4. The 5 is a wall. However, they were noyeg to go ahead and put the mavli protruding a little bit outside, so people realize that it's not part of the wall. People realize that it's a lechi. It's lechi. So watch. Yeah. Let's say you're looking at an alleyway, right? And now it's equal. So you just see a thick wall, correct? But let's say you see it protruding like this. So you know that that this is a lechi, right? That this is a lechi. So now, if you're inside the alleyway, everything looks the same. It's near bifnim, it's shava bifnim, it's equal inside the alleyway, but near b'chutz. Okay? So now, Fred the Gemara Kasha, like this. It should be something that near b'chutz that you could see on the outside. The shava b'fnim will view the post on the inside as one wall, as it's on mavoi. Correct? And therefore what? You should not need an other lechi. In other words, you have a lechi. Since the lechi can be seen from the outside, you shouldn't need another lechi. So if says the Gemara, lahavi knir mibachutz v'shav b'fnim, and for the Gemara, why you know why you need another lechi? Midu time el Rabbi Yochanan. It's only Rabbi Yochanan who said this pshat, who told to take it out of Meis Medrash. Ki asa Ravin Amar Rabbi Yochanan nir b'chutz v'shav b'fnim ain't I need the mishum lechi. If nir b'chutz, if you could see it from the outside but not from the inside, it's not considered a lechi, and therefore you need another lechi to matter. Okay, guys, let's just go over what we just saw. We saw machloikis between Rava and Abaya, whether between the lechayim is what is mutter or not. According to Abaya, it's us. According to Rava, it's mutter. Okay, and their machloikis is predicated upon an ambiguous statement of Yochanan to Rav Sakai, saying, take your statement out of the Beis Medrash that you said that underneath the beam and between the lechayim is a carmelis. Abaya said that's only vis-a-vis the koira, not vis-a-vis the lechayim, not the boards. It says Rava both. He asked questions on Rava. Rava held serve. He said it's speaking pesuach to a carmelis. The carmelis is not chayz v'niyar. That's the only time you need a board. But otherwise, you're not going to need a board. Says that now we're bringing a situation where we getting into the machloikas thing, the Tanakama and Rav Shimon Gamliel. What's the share of Rava? Tanakama is 3 tefachim. Rav Shimon Gamliel is 4 tefachim. So you're bringing me a kasha on Rava where you had 4 lechayat, you had lechis lined up within 4. So you say lavud, and you can't carry between them, only up to them. And so therefore you said it's open to a carmelis. Rav Ashi gave a different teretz. These are tzufim that are set up. They're within. They're 4 amas long, and it's one big lavud. It's a meaning. You have a wall. You have a board that's extending 4 amas. A board that's extending 4 amas is considered what? Is considered a mavoi. So you know why you need a lechi? You don't need a lechi to mata to carry in between there. You need a lechi because it's a mavoi. So it's just a lechi. It's not a mavoi because it's not within. There's no lavud. They're not. Okay. So that's what he said. Now we're bringing in a whole new thing. Why do you need a lechi? It's since you have an existing lechi. When you're inside and inside it looks equal, and you can see it from the outside, so you don't need a lechi. So on that we're saying, 1 second, this whole dialogue is according to Far Enfa, what Rabbi Yochanan was telling Rabbi Zakkai to get rid of it. He holds it taka. You do need a lechi. So therefore, even near b'fnim b'chutz v'shav b'fnim, according to Rabbi Yochanan, you need a lechi. Now where do we see this itma? Says the Gemara. Near b'fnim. Okay, let's take a look at a few pictures. Okay, let's take a look at a few pictures. Picture 107, guys. Look at picture 107. Picture 107 is you're inside you can see something's different, correct? You see a wall. It's not shava. Aleph, you're sitting inside, you look outside, you see a wall there. You're outside, it's recessed, correct? So that's a case of shava nira b'vifnim, shava b'chutz. That's nira b'vifnim, shava b'chutz, correct? Because outside it's equal. It doesn't protrude. It's flat up against it though. Look at the next one. The next one is you see it's outside. It's protruding outside. 109.
It's the other way.
Oh yeah, it doesn't. Okay, it's the other way. Or 108. Either way, there you're going to see outside. So let's see inside. Itmar near b'bifnim b'shavim b'chutz. Inside you can see a difference, and outside it's equal. Nidim mishum lechi. And that wall is going to be considered a lechi. Near b'chutz you can see it from the outside. B'shavim b'fnim. That's a machlokes. Reb Chia, Reb Shimon, Beribi, Chad Amar Nidim mishum lechi. Chad Amar ain't nidim mishum lechi. Tistayim I'll bring you a raya. The Reb Chia Hudama nidim mishum lechi. The Tani Reb Chia kaisel shet sidoi echad kanis mechaveiroi. A kaisel that it's one side is kanis mechaveiroi. Let's get a picture of this. $110. Inside it looks equal, right, guys?
Yeah.
Outside, looking in, you see the difference? Got it? Good. So back inside the Gemara. Kaisel, a wall, shetzida yechad konis mechaveiroi, bein shenirim mebechutz v'shav b'vifnim. Whether you can see it from the outside, it's equal on the inside. Right? Bein shenirim mebifnim v'shav b'vechutz. 111, right? Inside, you see that? Okay, good. Nida mishum lechi. To stein. Now, Reb Chia is the one who brought this down, so it's a raya that he holds that lot that you need a lechi. Rabbi Yochanan, milei shamalei. Rabbi Yochanan, did he not know this brayso? Rabbi Yochanan knew everything. Ha el shemilei, you heard it. Leisavala. So Reb Chia nami leisavala. Now, in other words, Reb Chia, just because he brought it down, doesn't necessarily mean that he holds it. Rabbi Yochanan knew it, and he didn't hold it. So the Gemara is nine. Hi, my. Bishleim Rabbi Yochanan leisavala mishamachi leitanila. Since he didn't hold that way, he didn't learn it. You didn't hear him say in the Shem Rabbi Yochanan. El Rechia I isid leisavala. If he tak it and hold that way, lam le'lemisnei. Why would we go ahead and learn it? Why would we go ahead and mention it? Okay, so B'ez Hashem, tomorrow there is no shia tomorrow. Guys, listen up. I won't be here tomorrow. I'll be posting the share. I'll put it on a link. It'll be on a Zoom link. You'll see me. I'll put it on the WhatsApp sites. There's 2 WhatsApp sites. So I'll be posting it to the WhatsApp site. And if you don't have the WhatsApp site, get it. I won't be giving it live. No, I won't be giving it live, but you can do whatever you want. Assign 70 participants in one room. What is that?
What time will it be available?
Steve, do you post something here for me?
Like, what time will the site be available?
Create rooms. I don't know. What is that?
That's to make rooms of only some people in some rooms and put them in rooms.
What, it's you, Biyamin?
No, I did it in school. We did it in school.
I have no idea what that means. Okay.